MSI, it all started way back 40 years ago in 1986. We brought to the market one of the world's first Intel overclockable motherboards, and right out of the gates, it was all about the performance, it was all about setting records. In front of us here right now is basically that same principle, that same ethos, with the MSI GeForce RTX 5090 Lightning Z graphics card. This one is a limited edition release. The brief to the research and development team was simple and straightforward. It's basically, you have a limited budget, build the fastest RTX 5090 on the market. They set out and they absolutely smashed that brief. Today, at the time of writing at Computex, 19 overclocking world records to date. This card absolutely pushes the envelope of performance in every single way. So we redeveloped the all-in-one liquid cooler. This card absolutely shatters things with a new hybrid fin radiator design. You'll probably see other competitors in the market copying this sort of design work in future generations. We also used a brand new next generation pump. And in addition to that as well was the world's first graphics card from retail with a full cover copper cold plate as well. In addition to that as well, it uses nothing short of premium materials inside and out. So you'll find tons of carbon fiber across the design. And in addition to that as well, of course, you have, the full copper cold plate as well. It basically is the best of the best that we could bring to the market in 2026. We developed this product in tandem with a small cohort of overclocking extreme GPU enthusiasts. So they basically gave our R&D team feedback across the design and build process of how to further tweak, tune, and refine the overall product to absolutely get the maximum out of NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 5090 GPU. So what we have here is a graphics card that right out of the box, Nick, can run all the way at 1,000 watts, is what it can pull from your power supply with no issues at all. Because it is so overbuilt, it is the quietest and coolest 5090 on the market. It absolutely shatters all expectations when it comes to thermals, acoustics, and general performance.
Can it run passively if you don't overclock?
No, it cannot. No, absolutely it cannot.
Sorry.
Particularly at those sorts of wattages, you would be in a world of bother and a world of pain. The GPU would be suffering
Fair enough.
under those sorts of conditions. But just in terms of how it's engineered out of the box with its built-in liquid cooler, with its full cover cold plates, it absolutely purrs like a cat, even when it's really being pushed to its limit. You can run Cinebench all day on this thing. You can run Firmark all day on this thing. Time Spy, it's not going to complain at all as it does so.
So who's this? Is this aimed at gamers or like?
So this is basic collectors.
This
is basic collectors item, and those who are looking at breaking world records.
Yeah. Okay.
So essentially, we manufactured a total global of 2,500 units. So each key country, each key region got an allocation. Australia's allocation was actually really quite nice. Sold out in Australia in under 10 minutes.
Really? Well, Australia's very good at overclocking. So.
They are indeed. As I'm sure you're probably well versed. There is quite a good overclocking scene still within the Australian region. Absolutely, this is the type of card that's right up their alley. Cool. So in terms of pricing for this one, it was $7,999 Australian dollars, and US MSRP was $50.90.
Right.
For very good reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
So this is our Lightning. Again, really taking the absolute best in performance that we can deliver to market today in 2026. But what I take you through to next is looking down the barrel of the future, essentially. What's next up for MSI? So here we have what we're showcasing for the first time at Computex, our next generation thermal solution. So this one here, in short, to give you the TLDR, as the kids would say, is basically what can we do with your standard air-cooled GPU and take it to the next level. So we've basically redefined the fan blade technology. So this is now using all metal fans. It allows us to minimize the profile. It's about 40% thinner than your traditional plastic fan, for example. So it's all the way down to 0.8 millimeters in total height. It gives a significant improvement in terms of overall airflow that travels through the fan blades. And then in addition to that as well, with improvements to manufacturing and improvements to the engineering process, we've also started to incorporate really premium materials like diamonds into the cooling compounds used in the card as well.
And how do diamonds help cool it?
That is a question probably best for our PM team. However, just through the internal benchmark performance that we have, we're seeing pretty, reasonable reductions in overall thermal performance by using these higher grade compounds.
Oh, it says here,
Yes. So in addition to that as well, I'll also mention that the heat pipes as well, we're using a new grooved heat pipe structure to it. So it's a very advanced manufacturing process. And what that does, Nick, is it increases the overall surface area of the heat pipe. And what we're seeing internally is it's bringing temperatures down by about 6 to 8%, depending on the environment that the card's been tested under. So all of these amalgamated together is what we're likely going to be putting into our next generation products for graphics cards at MSI. So again, coming back to that ethos of we want to be the market leaders in terms of performance, in terms of thermals and acoustics. We did it 40 years ago from day one, and we're still continuing that tradition in 2026.
So, any ideas when these will hit the market?
Unfortunately, I can't talk about specifics in that regard as much as I would like to.
But unspecifics would be like next year?
Next generation products is all I can say at this time. Yes. Yeah. So we're just demoing it with a prototype just to showcase what it would look like as a complete package. So this GPU is not necessarily coming to market or anything like that. It is just purely for show. This is a gaming trio next gen card. We're calling it based on the RTX 5090.
Cool.
Next up, as I'm sure you're probably across as well, there's been sort of a lot of push and pull when it comes to the brand new 12-pin connector that was developed for the market. A lot of concern surrounding the amount of heat and power that's going through a single cable. We've built in new protections and what we call our safeguard technology from MSI. It's available on all of our new generation power supplies, but we're also building it now into graphics cards as well. Right. So what we have here is actually our first iteration of that. This is based on our RTX 5090 Supreme graphics card. And essentially what this has is a multi-phase process of warning the user if there's any voltage irregularities that are detected from the GPU specifically. So built into the card are server grade eFuse switches, which are constantly monitoring what's happening at a thermal level and at a voltage level capacity. If it detects any irregularities, it runs through a phase system of warning methods. The first of which is a red LED indicator, which will come on, signaling to you that the GPU visually has detected that something is going wrong there. In addition to that as well, the next phase is it'll pop up with a system notification in Windows. So if you're using our MSI Afterburner software, for example, you'll get a pop-up saying, hey, you should check out your graphics card. Something appears to be, incorrect here with the power delivery. Look into it. Then next, if you don't, for whatever reason, see those first two warnings, is then an audible buzz from the GPU, so it'll give you a buzz warning alerts. And then in addition to that as well as a final sort of fail-safe for the graphics card as well, we also are packaging this with an external buzzer alert as well, which is even louder than the buzzer that's on the GPU itself. So if this is behind tempered glass, for instance, locked away in a case and you've got headphones on, that's an external one that you could have on your desk, for example, to really ensure that there's no harm. Obviously, graphics cards aren't a cheap part of anyone's system in this day and age. We really want to make sure that they're kept safe and that you're able to use and enjoy for many years to come. So we're now just building these technologies in to future graphics cards. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now the power supplies, which we'll look at later, have sort of a similar technology also built into them. They're actively monitoring what's happening through that 12 pin as well, and will give you fairly similar methodology of the warning notices as well. The cool thing about the power supplies that sort of distinguishes them against the graphics card is that they also will give you a detailed log as well and readout of what the PSU is detecting as the issue, so you can come back to it after you've checked out the cable or reseated it, for example, or swapped out the cable if necessary, to then further diagnose and look at what went wrong and potentially why. Excellent. Alright, well, we'll actually, very quickly, one for the camera, maybe for the short, before I forget, because it is super beautiful. So this is how the lighting is packaged at a retail box. It's a gull wing design. And essentially everything is on full display front and center the moment you open this magnificent graphics card. I should also mention as well, this GPU does have a massive LCD screen built into it.
Yes. Is there one turned on somewhere?
Yes, there is on the other side of the booth. There should be a live demonstration of it. One question I do find I get asked a lot is, why is it an LCD and not an OLED? Part of the R&D process with the overclockers, OLED screens put out more heat.
Yes, I don't want that, yeah.
We went with LCD screen technology as a result to really ensure that temperatures are as good as they can possibly be.
These guys,
so this screen, by default, gives you a full readout of your system monitoring. So you get full voltages, frequencies, all of that key information for it. You can also use it basically as a secondary display as well. So if you wanted to just have some fun, put YouTube on it, for example, you can absolutely do that. Put your favorite cat GIF on it, it's fully capable of all of that too. But by default, it's meant to be a really nice, clean hardware readout for the overclocking enthusiasts. So MSI jumped into the SSD game 6 years ago in 2020. It's been one of our sort of most successful new product ranges that we've introduced at the company, and we're continuing that tradition here at Computex 2026. So we have a range of brand new consumer-based SSDs, which are the ones in front of us right here, Nick, as well as some new enterprise drives as well that we'll be bringing to market. So on the consumer side, we'll start off here. We have our new Spatium M571 DLP, that's data loss protection. So built into the firmware of these SSDs is some exclusive MSI developed power loss data protection. Essentially what it does is it helps if there is, for example, a blackout that's experienced. It helps minimize data loss that may occur if the drive is doing a read or a write, for example, and reduces the risk of data disappearing as part of that process. So say you're copying your photos of friends and family off of a camera or something like that onto your SSD, it helps to just basically ensure that the final transfer of an image, for instance, clears before the SSD powers down. That was quick.
Yeah, well, we tend to do pickups. So
All good. Thank you, Computex. So these are going to be coming out in multiple flavors, 1, 2, and 4 terabyte drives, and they're also based around the new Phison. I believe I'm going off the top of the dome here. I want to say is it the E28 controller? May need to double check that one on our media kit. I think it's the Phison IE28 controller, which is based on TSMC's new 6nm node for SSDs. So it's very energy efficient. I believe it only requires up to 8.5 watts of power under full loads. And then in addition to that as well, the read and write speeds are blazing quick. It's obviously a PCIe Gen 5 drive, but you're noting like there's no longer a massive heatsink affixed to this anymore as well. So I'll just have, did we write it here? I hope we did. Yes, we did. So write speeds up to 14,500 megabits per second, and read speeds up to 11,700. So incredibly quick. It's about twice as fast as you'll find in a PlayStation 5. Just for some context there. Over to the left of that is our DataMag series. So these are our portable magnetic SSD-based drives. So we have these in a couple of flavors, 40 gigabits per second, as well as 20 gigabit per second. The majority of them are fully compatible. They're basically really good for things like content creation. They can link in directly with iPhones, for example, record ProRes footage directly through to them at 4K resolution, high refresh rates. They come all in a 1, 2, and a 4 terabyte capacity as well. They're also magnetized, so you can link them onto the back of, for example, your MSI laptop, your Apple iPhone, or Android phone if they've got, the new Qi with magnet case, for example, built onto it. Highly portable, really, really great for content creators or just people who need some external storage. And again, they're built around our already sort of existing Spatium technology as well. So these are really, really handy sort of hut-style designs. Throw them in your backpack, they're not going to break or anything like that. Really durable with excellent specs under the hood as well. So the new one that we're bringing to market is the new DataMag Lite. This is basically a trimmed down version of our predecessor, the previous DataMag 40 gigabit per second. So it is a little bit slower in the read and write departments, but obviously with skyrocketing SSD costs, we're sort of deliberately bringing this one to market to try and mitigate against those cost increases.
So 40 now, so
Yes.
it's 20 now. Because it's
The 20 gigabit is, should be, this one should be the 20 gigabit version. This is the 40 gigabit per second.
So the light version is still 40.
It is still 40 gigabit per second code, yes, that's correct.
So sorry, why is it the light version if it's 40 gigabit?
I'm going to need to grab it. I believe it uses a more entry-level controller on it.
Right, no, fair enough.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
So these here are our brand new MSI Vortic Enterprise SSDs. As I'm sure you can imagine, Nick, they're very much built for the enterprise community and markets. So these are all about sort of consistency, data protection, and encryption is sort of the name of the game here. In terms of offerings here, we have everything from sort of SATA through to U2 series, which are extraordinarily advanced, incredibly lightning quick drives, and then we also have E1S options, E3S options as well in the market too. These are going to be coming out pretty soon from MSI in capacities all the way up to a staggering 122 terabytes on a single drive. So again, very much for your enterprise server type setup. With most of these, all of them sort of built around full data protection architecture, really making sure that the security and protection of data is paramount and is the number one with these. Not too much else I can sort of say on these. It's this part, Nick. Yeah.
For SSDs.
Yes, yeah.
Pretty well already.
So here at MSI, we're also bringing to market our brand new Strike 700 wireless 8K Hall Effect series keyboards. These are a beautiful 10 keyless design, basically all built around eSport tournament grade gaming. They're built with a premium full CNC aluminium chassis, and they have an 8K polling rate as well. So it's lightning quick in wireless mode. They've got a triple connection option as well through the devices, so Bluetooth, wireless, as well as USB Type-C as well. So depending on which way you want to connect it through to your PC or mobile, for example, as well, it offers something for everyone. It's also, of course, because it's Hall Effect, it has rapid trigger design too. So if you're really wanting to get into that sweaty CS2 action or Valorant action, for instance, and get that in-game advantage against your opponents, the board's ready to do that as well. In addition to that as well, the boards also have a beautiful RGB light bar as well. They're probably... Yes, there we go. So there's one just on display for us as well. And sorry, just a quick correction. These are a 65% keyboard design, not 10 kilos. 10 kilos is 80%. So it trims it down even further. Again, really maximizing the overall space on your desk. A lot of tournament players, Nick, like to get as close as possible to their monitor. This keyboard's very much all about that and is a performance-based design inside and out. So very excited to be bringing this one to market. Look for it on store shelves in Q3 this year.
I guess there's no price on this one.
Not just yet.
Okay.
So this is our MSI GeForce Foren series colour. It's unfortunately not coming to the Australian market. It's an Asia-only release. So this one's coming to Japan, Taiwan, Korea, and I believe potentially China as well. Essentially, this is an all-in-one beautiful package here, stylized and fully designed around the Foren Beyond Journey's End anime, which is extraordinarily popular, in Japan. A smash hit, if you will. We've got everything from the keyboard, the mouse pad, the graphics covered, and it comes in this beautiful retail packaging. And yes, you do also get a towel included as well on the side there. But this one here is our MSI GeForce World of Warcraft collaboration. It's based around the GeForce RTX 5070 graphics card. This was in tandem with Blizzard's recent launch of World of Warcraft Midnight. We're offering this in both the Light as well as the Void edition, so depending on which faction you're a fan of, you get the option to pick. They're a beautiful colorway with the gold colorway for the Light edition and obviously the purple dark hues for the Void edition. The 5070, so this is the GPU stand for inside of the case to ensure that there's no GPU sag. So those are included packaged inside of a retail box. Really beautiful designs inside and out. We'll have a quick look at the back plates as well, because they are stunning. And again, we'll have a look at the Light edition too. A beautiful celebration for the launch of World of Warcraft Midnight Edition. The only graphics card with World of Warcraft on it for the 50 series.
And are they hitting global release or?
So these launched in Q1 this year.
Right.
The Australia and New Zealand market as well also is included as part of that. A really strong seller. They're pretty much already gone. If you haven't got one, don't miss it. Is our MSI Star Wars collaboration with the new Mandalorian and Grogu film.
Right,
Unfortunately, this one is a Europe-only release, so it's
it.
not coming to the Australian market. Comes with these magnificent backplate designs. We can take the perspective for you there, Nick. Get a really good look at the emblems and insignias of the Star Wars world.
And is that the stand
That
as
is
well?
indeed, that is the GPU, the SAG. stand right there. What's your personal favorite plate? They're all magnetized, so they just clip onto the rear side of the GPU backplate.
I can't get past
The Grogu design is pretty cute. So unfortunately only coming to our European friends, not going to be released in the Australian or New Zealand market at this stage. 500 of these releasing in the wild. If you do have any friends who are Euro-based, see if they can send one your way. This is launching to market as we speak, so look for it on store shelves if you're a European during the month of June. So at MSI we've also jumped into the networking game. These are going to be our brand new 2027 Radix gaming routers. They're going to be coming in multiple flavors. So we have the entry level, the mid-range in the middle, and the flagship on the right-hand side here, Nick.
So
All of these-
Radix,
Radix.
not Radix.
Not Radix,
Right, okay,
that is
I've been saying it
correct.
wrong for a year.
All of these are based around the new Wi-Fi 7 protocol. We have tri-bands on the flagship and mid-range, and dual bands on the entry level. What we're showcasing here at Computex is our brand new gaming mode that's going to be built into the software. Essentially that analyzes and prioritizes network traffic and detects when you've connected into a Rainbow Six Siege, a Counter-Strike server, for example, and gives you priority bandwidth through to the game server. So here at Computex, the demonstration we have is we're looking at a reduction in ping from around about 60 millisecond with it off down to about 15, 16 millisecond with it on. So if you are a serious gamer and you want that almost Ethernet-like experience, it's certainly the way to go. The other big thing that I want to mention too is both the hardware as well as the software is all fully developed in-house at MSI. The new application we have on both desktop as well as mobile makes setup super simple and easy. And it takes, you can have your whole network up and running in about 5 minutes. And one other really cool thing that I'll showcase as well here is on the flagship version, Nick, we also have a built-in M2 socket as well for an SSD, giving you basically NAS-like functionality built directly into the router too. So very, very cool. One to look forward to in Q1 2027. So at MSI, we're also really excited at Computex 2026 to be announcing our brand new lineup of MSI QB NUC devices. So these come in a range of flavors. In front of us here are the all brand new Intel Core and Intel Core Ultra processor-based devices. We have essentially the flagship on the left-hand side, the mid-range in the center, and the more entry-level on the right here. Really cool thing about this is the I/O I can only describe as absolutely stacked. On the flagship, you can connect up to 4 monitors all through the one device. You've also got twin 2.5 gigabit Ethernet connectivity as well.
Is it locked down? Or can you pick it
Let's
up?
have a quick look. I believe we can pick this up.
It's okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
You've also got Thunderbolt as well, built directly in there too. And of course, this is Copilot Plus PC rated as well for your Windows OS. So really, really small, compact footprint. These are perfect. They can be vessel wall mounted to the back of your monitor, for example, or sit very neatly and tucked away on your desk. Perfect for small to medium businesses. In terms of the overall footprint and dimension, they're roughly about half a litre in size for each of these devices. So in the center here, obviously it drops down the connectivity a little bit. You still retain Thunderbolt on all of these, which is really, that's high bandwidth for productivity and through linking through to multiple monitors, for example. You get the triple display output here, as well as a 1 gig plus 2.5 gig LAN configuration.
Can you pick it up again?
Absolutely, I certainly can. You've also got security measures as well, like Kensington locks built in too.
This thing here. Is that just for
This is probably just for, just because these are still early demonstration units
Fair
only.
enough.
Yep. And then off the top of my head as well, I believe it is a toolless mechanism as well. Let's test it in real time to access directly, or you can upgrade your SSD as well, and memory, for example. So these will be sold as both bare bone as well as complete kits, depending on what your business needs are, essentially. So perfect for productivity at home or for small to medium business as well.
Yeah.
TSMC 3 nanometer process.
So very, very simple, very compact, very light in the hand products. Super easy for the IT department to work on if they need to and access key core components there. And then the entry level just down the end here.
And that's just lower.
Lower spec CPU generally drops the overall configuration of I/O down as well.
Yeah.
But again, for most people using it for spreadsheets, Outlook, emails, those sorts of things, more than competent is going to get the job done really, really well. And again, still retains Thunderbolt connectivity too. So if you do need to do some high transmission, pushing and pulling of data, more than capable of that as well.
Pick it up again.
See for the first time in 1 year.
go. Look at it on
So with
the rear, on the front face,
Alrighty.
and the rear. Here we go. So beyond desktops, MSI also is a huge player in the monitor space. Here at Computex, we're showcasing our brand new ProMax 271 UPX W12G. So this monitor here is one of the first in the world that is showcased with a brand new KVM 2.0 switch, which allows you to connect up to 3 devices and control them centrally through one. So for productivity users, for content creators, that's a big deal. You know, if you want to be able to control your MacBook or you want to be able to control your desktop PC, you can now do so across more devices than ever, and you can also transmit data between those devices over the KVM switch as well. So everything is really seamlessly linked together. This monitor as well is basically perfect for content creation and productivity use. It's a stunning 4K inch display and 120 Hz refresh rate. It uses brand new coating technology to reduce reflections. You'll note it's not as glossy as our other OLEDs.
I love these. They're all TX.
So you had me at Matt.
So if you're working in a studio environment or an office environment with high, light from the ceiling or other sources, you're not going to get the glossy reflections like you would on our gaming ranges, for example.
Yeah, I want it. Send
someone your way.
Yeah.
I'll also note to it is also built with our AI Care sensor as well. So this one here, the monitor is detecting in real time and is looking for your profile. So when you sit down at the device, it's able to wake up. When you walk away from it, or even turn your head away from it, for example, it's able to lock your system too.
So I've got to ask. So it's specifically designed for a Mac.
Yes,
they
so
are very
I was going to get that to my next. That's going to be my next point as well. So we've also built into our new ProMax series as well what we're calling the M8 profile, where it detects when you've connected a Mac-based device into it, whether it's an iPad Pro or a MacBook, for example, and sets the color profile tuning to match Apple's ecosystem. So if you're working and editing in Lightroom, for example, on a MacBook Pro, and you want to continue doing so on your monitor, link it in over its Thunderbolt cable, and away it goes. The monitor is able to detect that you've connected a Mac-based device and reflect the same color palette, the same color calibration through the display. So that's our MSI M8 profile.
Is it being targeted at Mac users or anyone?
Anyone who needs, it's just an added advantage by going with MSI.
So the resolution is it matches?
Yep.
So it matches Retina display.
It is not the same PPI, no, but it does match the color calibration. So your sRGB, your DCI P3 coverage spaces, for example, it does a one-to-one replication of Apple's tuning to make sure that when you finished your editing, for example, if you're using Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, what have you, you're able to take it back to your Macintosh device and know that the colors are going to match. Really simple, really straightforward, and it makes it as seamless as possible for creators.
I see it's dark armor.
So
normally the matte seems to like weaken it. I got told, but you've got the dark armor and matte.
So the dark armor for us is another coating as well on the display, which essentially reduces on the earlier QD OLEDs. There's a purple tinge.
Yeah.
It deepens the black color contrast. So instead, you're getting the deep inky blacks that you would expect to see. So that's what the dark armor coating is there. So another incredible option that we're showcasing here at Computex for the first time is our ProMax 34-1 QP XW14G. This is the world's first 34-inch flat QD OLED based screen. It has a stunning UWQHD display. Resolution, all at 144 Hz. This one really is for those working on a timeline-based environment. Your Adobe Premiere editors, DaVinci Resolve editors, who want to make sure there's no image distortion, for example, whilst they're working on a video edit, for instance, or if you're doing Lightroom photography editing as well. Yes. Really making sure that everything is distortion-free. Super, high-resolution display, basically stretched into a 34-inch ultra-wide floor mat. Similar to the other monitor we just looked at, Nick, this one also has the new KVM 2.0, which allows for a 3-device into one control hub. And then in addition to that as well, you still also get the data transmission through it as well. You'll also note again here, we have our dark armor film technology too, plus also that Visa clarity technology. So all of the reflections are really minimized. It's almost a matte-like surface coating, which we find for designers is really imperative to make sure that they're able to focus on their work and see all of the colors clearly on their screen without reflections that are distracting their workflow. So all of these are built around the new, they're newly certified with True Black 500, so they're brighter than ever in terms of display, and then they also are backed by clear MR1000 technology as well. So if you are working on video production content, for instance, the motion clarity is exceptional throughout.
Or 6,100.
We're talking about these keyboard and mouses.
So the keyboard and mouse,
so it's very Mac-ish.
They come bundled with a lot of our Pro Max desktops. So here in front of us is our Pro Max 80 desktop. This is using Intel's latest Core Ultra 200 series processors. This particular one here in front of us is one of the more entry-level options that we have. So it is using DDR4 memory to really make sure it's a more affordable option for small to medium businesses. But on the rear side of it, and even through the front I/O, you're still getting a ton of input and output for it. So you've got up to 9 USB ports on this, plus Type-C as well. And then in addition to that as well, it's also a toolless design if you need access to any of the internal hardware inside.
This is the dawn to expect new personal computer revolution, and it starts with NVIDIA RTX Spark.
So very clean, very sort of minimalist design. It's really going to sit comfortably within a design studio space, for example, and it's going to purr as you render off workload after workload on it day in, day out.
Reimagined PC.
And it comes with these, which
It does. It comes bundled with the included keyboard and mouse. Very
What
sleek.
becomes of our personal computers in a world of agents?
So here in front of us is our brand new Pro Max 27 series all-in-one monitor. This comes with a really cool 5 megapixel pop-up web camera. So we'll just press it down, one click, pop straight up. So if you want to make sure that privacy is paramount, it's perfect for doing that because it's literally a hardware pop-up. In addition to that as well, it's built with an incredibly powerful AMD Ryzen 7 255 processor. So that gives you AMD Radeon 780M graphics. So it is quite a powerhouse under the hood here, even though it's an all-in-one based PC. The screen as well is 120 Hz, so you're getting really good motion fluidity. It's VESA wall mountable as well, with a standard format installation that's tool-free as well. So if you do, for example, want to mount this to custom monitor arms, you're more than welcome to do so, and it's an easy process to do. And we're also building it with a lot of recycled materials too. In addition to that, you're also getting sort of state-of-the-art connectivity, Wi-Fi 7 included in the box, which is a very big one for a lot of small to medium businesses these days. It's also got built-in speakers, so if you want to have a conference call on it, you've also got firing speakers there as well. You don't need a headset. Other people can join in the call nice and easily around you in the office, and you can have Teams chats, Zoom calls seamlessly on this device. So this one's going to be launching in Q3 this year, coming very soon to the Australian and New Zealand market. And again, also includes the keyboard and mouse in the box too.
what about this one?
This is our
doesn't
lucky
come with
claw.
it. Yeah.
No, it does not. Unfortunately, come with the lucky claw.
Who are you and what are you showing me?
Yeah, I'm Matthias from the MSI headquarters from the marketing team. And in this table, you will find we have all of our Pro series and our new Pro Max series. And here you could see the first model is our Pro Max Edge AI Plus. That is an AMD SKU, and we support AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395. So it's quite good for the AI applications, especially for a local AI, because it's thanks to its unified memory up to 128, and we could assign up to 96 gigabyte for the VRAM. So it's quite good for our local AI applications. And here you could also see this one is AMD, and the rest our Pro series and our QB series is the Intel platform. So first it's our QB series, QB NUC AI Plus VMG is a Panther Lake. It's a new one. Even it's so tiny, it's only 0.5 liter, and 37 millimeter in height. It's very tiny but very powerful. It supports up to Core Ultra 9 processor, and it supports 4 display in this tiny little boy. Okay. And here we will see the Pro DB80 series. It's an 8-liter desktop, and it supports up to Core Ultra 7. And we also support a low-profile 3050 graphics card. So it's compact but powerful for the mainstream content creator or office users. And this big boy is our Pro DB180. That is 18-liter in chassis, and it supports to Intel Core Ultra 7, and we support NVIDIA 5070 graphics. So it's quite good for higher-end content creator and professional office users. Yeah, and here you will see ODD is an optional.
I haven't seen one of those in.
Yeah, even it's a little bit old school. Yeah, but it's useful, and for some government or medical, they need it. It's optional.
There's going to be some people who don't know what that is. So.
No. Yeah. Okay. And in this table, you will see we have a Lucky Cloud Army.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one is it could be the main agent. So that's boy. The rest of one they could sub agents. So we just talk to the main agent, and he will assign a job or mission to the rest sub agents. So you will see here, it will assign the mission to the rest of sub-agents. So they are working or they are idle. We have a visual demonstration for Computex. You see our new Cubic WCG. That means it's a Wildcat Lake platform. And it's also our QB, but we improve the experience of the upgrade. It's toolless. Actually, you could see just go up and that's it.
This is the
It's so easy.
personal video
Just pull it and plug it back.
for NVIDIA RTX.
So with very easy way to open it.
I thoroughly disapprove of this naming convention.
The MSI Arsenal gaming. Entry level, mid-range, high-end.
Hang on, which one's David?
Arsenal's entry level,
Yes.
performance is mid-range, enthusiast is high-end.
100
So they're not even mid-range. I approve of it. The MSI Tottenham Super Elite one, you probably have to, but I can't really make this point actually, so you probably not following footboards. Right.
reinventing the
Let's dive into the liquid cooling for your CPU. So starting off with our entry-level coolers, we're very excited at Computex to be showing our brand new Core Liquid A23 and A13 liquid coolers. These are coming in both a black and a white colorway. What we have on display here is obviously in the whites. These are using a brand new fabric cover plate. On the entry-level version, it just simply has our MSI logo in a 16.8 billion color RGB design. If you want to step up and get some performance data, what temperature is your CPU running at, what speed is the pump running at, the A23 offers an inbuilt LED display to give you those key readouts for it. Both of these, being in our entry-level series, are very value-oriented. So in the Australian market, expect these to launch at around about the 120, 130 AUD retail price. Again, this sort of functionality historically started more around the $200 price bracket. So we're really bringing in some more of those, mid-range enthusiast features now for the entry level. This is going to be great for system integrators who are wanting to allow their customer to see in better real time what their CPU is actually doing, how it's performing. And you can just check in on those key performance metrics as you game, as you render, as you work on your PC. So expect these to be coming into the market in Q3 this year. So this is our brand new MSI B850 Carbon Max Wi-Fi. It sits in our MPG range, which is our performance gaming series. This is going to be our new flagship B850 series motherboard from MSI. So it's built around a 14 by 2 by 1 power layout, more than enough to overclock your Ryzen X3D 9000 series processor, and it is stacked to the teeth with maximum I/O as well as M2 slots as well. So we're building into this motherboard 4 M2 slots. So if you really want to go all out with storage, you can absolutely do so. It's also got full bandwidth Wi-Fi 7 on the 320 megahertz bands, as well as a 64 megabyte BIOS ROM as well. And that's a big one. If you want to drop in a Ryzen processor that's on the market today and upgrade to one a couple of years down the line, the BIOS has sufficient space to easily upgrade and support future Ryzen processors for many years to come. In addition to that as well, it's built with all of our easy tool designs. So a lot of the brackets, for example, are simple magnetized clips that come and pop straight off and pop straight back onto the board. It's a beautiful gaming insignia and design from MSI. It's going to look fantastic in anyone's gaming PC. Look for this one to launch Q3 this year. I can't talk about pricing just yet. So to celebrate 40 years of MSI, we're very proud to be showcasing here at Computex a full lineup of comprehensive PC and laptop-based products. We have here in front of us our brand new MSI Maestro 900 series case, dressed up in a glorious and incredibly beautiful 40th anniversary Draco Epic Edition design. It's a simply gorgeous and stunning and sleek minimalist design that's done in a black and dark gunmetal grey colorway. Really premium materials on this case, and housed inside is a tandem, an accompanying 40th anniversary design motherboard, graphics card, liquid cooler, power supply, and more from MSI. So we're going to be bringing to market this as a full collaboration across all of our key product lines. We have obviously MSI Z890 Ace 40th anniversary motherboard, as well as an X870 Ace motherboard. So both the AMD and Intel versions will be available very soon. In addition to that as well, we're also dressing up our new MEG Core Liquid E15 liquid cooler 2 in a 40th anniversary design, and that's going to be accompanied on the GPU with an RTX 5080 Supreme SoC 40th anniversary edition 2. All of the designs are simply stunning to look at, and these are going to be coming to market likely in Q4 this year in Australia and New Zealand. Rounding things off, we've also got our MEG X monitor, which is going to also get the 40th anniversary treatment. The base stand looks absolutely stunning. Coming quickly back to the desktop side, we also are going to be upgrading our MEG 1600 watt power supply with the 40th anniversary design and colorways too. Early next year, we will be launching a Radix gaming router in the 40th anniversary. This is probably the first router that you'd want to actually have on display in your living room. It looks so good. And then for someone who just wants the simple upgrade, take out of the box, ready to go action as well, we're also going to be bringing out the MEG X desktop in the 40th anniversary too. For the peripheral side, we've got you covered there too. We're going to be bringing out the Strike 700 keyboard along with mouse and Maestro headset as well. And in addition to that too, a mouse pad just to finish everything off. The 40th anniversary for MSI is a complete celebration of the brand, and we look really forward to launching this into markets soon.
The